Article 6 has been so contentious within the Paris Climate Accord. So one of the main issues with it is around the carbon markets and carbon credits. And there are kind of two facets. One is to say, if you, under, say, the Kyoto Protocol, you got loads of carbon credits and you've still got those, you're sitting on this pile of emission credits that you could sell. A lot of those credits were not as a result of any action at all. They were just economic changes. So Russia saw this in terms of kind of post-Soviet era. So if they were allowed to just sell all their credits at the same level as new ones, then that would bring the price down, saturate the market, and essentially there would be less action. So that's part of the argument is, can we retire those old credits? And I think that is going to happen. So there'll be agreement on that. The more tricky issue around Article 6 was this double counting issue. So if we take a nation like Brazil, which has huge capacity to increase carbon uptake, so to plant trees and avoid cutting down trees, and say, right, we're doing really well in terms of reducing emissions. But at the same point, if you do that, but then you sell all of those carbon credits that are generated to another nation so they don't take as much action, then again, it's double counting. So that was a real source of contention because there's a lot of money and jobs and economic growth tied up in this. If you're a nation like Brazil, you want to do both, you want to have the capacity to do both. I think, to be honest, the Biden administration, so the election of Joe Biden and the American approach to climate change now, rejoining the Paris Agreement, has changed the whole dynamic in terms of some of the nations, to name them, Australia, Russia and Brazil, and also some of the Gulf states. They kind of get the realpolitik of this now, is that we can't just play games and look for, making money and waiting for someone else to take the action. Actually, that won't cut it. So I'm really hopeful Article 6 will be agreed, and before we even get to COP26. So in the intersessional in June, that is a good opportunity to kind of draw a line under that. And so the focus of COP26 should be on that increased global ambition. So the nationally determined contributions, what each country is setting out they're going to do in the next 10 years, and also saying this is a step towards us getting to net zero emissions by 2050.